Hello everybody, welcome to my channel, Nanna-M. My name is Lynn, and if you're new, a very warm welcome to you, and if you're a returning subscriber, it's lovely to see you back. Now I'm going to get straight into it because for a long time now people have been asking me to do a Q&A, and I have been writing questions down as people have asked me the questions. So I'm not doing anything today, I'm having a very chill day, so I thought, why not do the Q&A? So I'm not dressed up or anything, I'm just having a chill day. So that being said, make yourself a cuppa, put your feet up and get to know me just a little bit better. So let's get on to the questions. My iPad keeps going off, excuse me. I have to keep putting it back on so that I remember the questions. So the first question is, how did I meet Harvey? Well, I met Harvey when I was 21, and I met him in the March of 1978 as I was 22 on the 8th of June that year. And how I met him was, I'll tell you in another tale the story, because people ask me what I did before YouTube, what my job was. But back in the day, I was in the School of Nursing at a local hospital for learning disability and challenging behaviour. And they had their own School of Nursing, and I was in the School of Nursing. And the very first day that I went to that school, I just automatically clicked with one of the girls. She's a friend of mine still today. And we went right through our training together. Anyway, on this particular day, it was the day that we took a final exam. And to celebrate finishing our training and taking our exam, we decided to go to the local village, which was a really cute little village in the Ribble Valley, and just celebrate. So we had a couple of drinks. Anyway, my friend said, why don't you come back to my house and have a cuppa, because her and her boyfriend had bought a house. They were doing it up, but it wasn't ready to move into yet. They weren't married yet. So I did. I went, she drove, and then she said, I'll drive you back down for your car after. So I said, yeah, fine. So we went to her house, and while we were there, just chatting away and having a brew, I didn't know this, but my husband was upstairs doing some work for them in their bathroom, because he was very friendly with her husband-to-be. And he saw me, but I didn't see him, and he said, get me a date with that girl. Anyway, for weeks, I kept saying, I'm not going on a date with somebody I've never met. Anyway, eventually, after about 6 weeks, I said, yeah, go on then. So we went on a date, and it was a blind date, and that was that. We've been together ever since then. So that's how I met my husband, on a blind date. So they do work for some people, and we've been married now for 43 years. So that's that one. And the next question is, I'm keeping my eye on the time. How long have I been married? Oh, well, I've just told you that, haven't I? Got married in 1981. So this February just gone. Is it 43 years or is it 44? 43, yeah. On the 28th of March. So I met him in March, and I got married in March 3 years later. And then, what was my job before I retired? Well, my main job, when I retired early through ill health, but I did work at a medium secure unit. So I stayed in the job after I took my finals. I stayed at that hospital until I got married, and I had my first child, which was my son. He's called Jamie. He's going to be 43 in August. And then once I'd had Jamie, I went back on nights for a little bit, and then I gave up work altogether. And then after about, in the year 2000, I went back to the very same hospital and picked up where I left off. But I did an extra 2 years training at Preston University. I worked full time and I did it nights and weekends, and I got 1 day study day. And I did an extra 2 years and qualified at the end of that to be a state registered nurse in learning disability. And where am I going with this? Yeah, so by this time, that hospital had changed dramatically. And whereby years ago, we just had people who had a mild to moderate learning disability, we now also had mild to moderate, but we had a unit that was a forensic secure unit where we used to take people either from court or from prison that have committed very, very serious offences, but also had a learning disability. So yeah, I worked on this secure unit. It was like not like a prison, but it was locked. We were all locked in and we all had blicks, and it was very, very challenging to say the least. And but I loved it. And by the time I retired, I was a ward manager on the admissions and assessment ward. Yeah, and I loved it, absolutely loved it. But unfortunately, I had to give up that job with ill health. Anyway, after that, I've always been in caring in one way or another. So it's either been in the community, going to people's houses and helping them out, or I did for a while, about 9 years ago, I would say, maybe more, my mother started with Alzheimer's, and she got really, really bad. So I had to give up the job that I had already and look after my mum, to the point where I couldn't really look after her properly on my own. And she went in a care home near me just for 2 weeks so that I had some respite. And she settled. And honestly, it was the best thing I ever did. So what I did was, I got a job in that rest home, so that I knew that she was being looked after properly. And she was, not just because I worked there, because they looked after everybody properly. But yeah, and I stayed there for over 5 years. And then I got the bad legs. Well, I had the bad legs anyway. But they just got worse and worse and worse, and I just could not be on my feet all night long. So unfortunately, I had to give that up, and I started to look after a gentleman in the community in his own house, which was quite a sedate job, really. So yeah, I did that until I retired, I retired a year early. So I retired officially when I was 65. But I didn't get the pension. No, and I got my pension when I was 66. So always in caring in one way or another, either with the elderly or with learning disability. So yeah, that was my job before I retired. When I first left school, I went into hairdressing for a while, and I did 18 months. And I really did like that. But back in those days, I mean, the wages were atrocious. It cost me more to get to work than I got in my wages. And yeah, so I gave it up because it worked enough money. Oh, I'm shocking now. But in the end, it worked out fine because I ended up going and doing my nursing. So yeah, that was okay. And I also, for anybody that doesn't know, I have a daughter. And she will be 41 in July. So I'm in June, Joanne's in July, and Jamie's in August, and my husband's in November. So that's that. Why did I start my YouTube? Right. Well, I had, as I've already said, I had some ill health for a while, and at times I were pretty bad. And I couldn't move about much. So what I did was I used to watch YouTube channels and entertain myself that way. And I watched a lot. And there were a few ladies that were my favourites and still are, and some new ones that have come along. And I just thought one day, I I wouldn't mind having a go at that. So I just did it. I did a video. I can't even remember what my first video was. I think it might have been a Temu haul. Can't remember. And that was that. I've done it ever since. Honestly. That's all it was. I just thought, I want to have a go. And I didn't think I'd be able to do it. I didn't think I'd be able to talk to camera. I didn't think I'd be able to learn new skills like how to edit, how to upload, all that carry on. But I have done. And I do have that kind of a personality where it's very rare I'll be beaten. I'll just keep going and going and going and trying and trying and trying. And I'll learn and I watch YouTube and I ask my son and and eventually you do learn how to do things. And I can honestly say it is one of the very best things I have ever done. So if you were thinking that you might like to have a go at having your own channel, do it. Honestly, I can recommend it. Don't be frightened of it. Just you'll learn as you go along, and I absolutely love it. And the community that I've got, the subscribers, we all interact and we all chat with each other, and it's absolutely wonderful. I've made so many new friends. Definitely one of the best things I ever did. Yeah. So, that being said, what is the next question? What does my family think of me doing YouTube? Well, my son is so proud of me. It's unbelievable. And he tells me that he is, and he's very, very interested in it. Now, he in years gone by, well, he still is in a way, has done a lot of marketing. So he knows all about brand work and what do they call it? SEO, search engine optimizer. I don't know all this stuff, all this technical stuff. So I have asked his advice a few times and he has helped me out. And whenever he comes, he always says, how are you doing, Mum? And how many subscribers have you got? You know, he's really, really good. Joanne's actually managed to get involved in one or two. And I think she would like to do it at some point. But she's so busy at the moment. She's doing extra learning now. She's a pharmacy technician. But she's a medicines management at the moment for about 5 different GP practices. And she loves her job. And she's doing another course, you know, to become a band, whatever it is she's doing. She was here yesterday and she were asking me a few questions because some of it, obviously, was medical, like medical terms and this, that and the other, and we were chatting about that. Yeah, so she's... but she's got involved in my YouTube. I think the first one she ever did with me was a craft. I did a collaboration with an online craft supplier. And she likes doing diamond art. And they did diamond art. So I got some diamond art and she did the demonstration with me. At this moment in time now, she's into paint by numbers. But it's not the childish paint by numbers. They're absolutely fabulous, the ones that she does. So yeah, she's doing that at the moment as her, she likes to chill out doing things like that at night time or whatever. And she did changing my shelves up after Christmas for spring. I think she helped me do that. And occasionally she'll make an appearance if we go out together and I do any filming. But yeah, I think she would like to do it eventually, but she's just got so much on at the moment. She's working full time. I'm doing this course, so it's too much. So yeah, and my husband just lets me carry on doing whatever I want to do, so doesn't get involved in it in any way whatsoever. But it, you know, it's a bit nonchalant about it. Really, he's not bothered whether I do or I don't. As long as I'm enjoying myself, that's all that matters. So that's that. Yeah, and a few of the family will say, "How's it going? How's your channel going?" Very nice. What do I use to film on, edit, and any tips on getting started? Right, I use my phone most of the time. In fact, 100% of the time. I don't know why I said most of the time, but I think the reason I said that was because my son bought me a really nice Sony camera just as a nice gesture, really. And I'm frightened of the thing. I'm weird with stuff like that. I'm scared that I'll film something and then lose it, which is ridiculous, because I'm sure I won't lose it. And every day I say, I'm going to use my camera and try it out. I'm going to use my camera and try it out. And I don't do. So I am going to do that. He bought it me and I need to start using it. But at the moment, all I do is use my iPhone. As far as editing's concerned, I used to use iMovie, which is free if you've got an Apple phone. But I think there's a little blip on the system. And what it was doing was every so often it would say your storage is full, even if your storage wasn't. And I rang Apple about it and they said, we do know about it. It is a problem and we are trying to sort it out. But they never did. So, so at the moment, I have a subscription and it's to Filmmaker Pro. And that's what I use to edit. But you can use free editing tools in the YouTube Studio. It's just that I haven't learned how to use those. They look like they're a little bit complicated to me and I gave up on them because I had this Filmmaker Pro, but I will try and learn how to do it on YouTube Studio. And I use Canva, which is a subscription as well. I think you can do so much stuff for free, but I like to do whatever I want to do. I don't want to be, you know, restricted in what I can do. So I do pay for that, and it's Canva Pro, it's called, and that's what I use for my thumbnails or if I want to do a short or anything like that. So I think that is it. So my advice would be, if you want to do it, do it. Have a go with your phone. Even if you just did a little introduction of who you are, what your channel's going to be about, and then learn to do it. Or do some filming, try some editing, but don't upload anything. Just have a practice and you will honestly get better at it. I just speak to the camera now like I'm talking to a friend. It's as easy as that. So go for it. And if you need any help, there's always a YouTuber that will help you, including me. So that's fine. And prepare yourself, yeah. So, do we still have the Caravan, and what's my favourite place to go? Well, yes, we do still have the Caravan. But obviously over winter, we've had a shocking winter, haven't we? So we haven't been anywhere since last summer. And last summer we didn't get out in it that often. So, so no, I haven't got a favourite place yet, because I haven't been to enough places to find a favourite place, if you know what I mean. But whether we'll go this year or not, I don't know. It depends on the weather, because we've got a fair few jobs to do around the house. And yeah, no, I haven't got a favourite place. But I do love the Caravan. I just don't like putting the awning up and taking it down. But apart from that, yeah, I like it. What's my dream holiday destination and why? Ooh, I would like to go somewhere in the Indian Ocean, like the Maldives, or is it called, what's it called? Somewhere like that. Bora, or something like that it's called, Bora. It's the same word twice. Somewhere where the sand is white, the sea is blue or green, I'm not bothered, and you can see right to the bottom. Oh, beautiful. But where there's no sharks. Sunshine, lovely, soft, luxurious sunbeds, brollies. A waiter comes. Drink, madam? Yes, please. Brings it to you. Oh, fantastic food. Oh, that would be my dream. Maldives, a Bora. That's what it's called, Bora. Somewhere like that. Whether I'll ever get there or not's another story. But mind you see, I have been to Las Vegas and I do like Las Vegas. So that will be another. I'd like to go back to Las Vegas. What's my favourite meal to cook? I would say one of my very favourite meals is spaghetti bolognese, funnily enough. Spag bol. But I also now like a chicken noodle stir fry. Sweet and sour chicken, I like that when I do that. Have you noticed it's all chicken here enough? But yeah, spag bol is my signature dish. I love spag bol. Yeah, so I would say spag bol. Do I get time to read? And if so, what books? And do I use paper or do I use a Kindle? No, never read. If I've got any spare time at all, I'm on YouTube. I very rarely watch television, even though it's on now, but I'm not watching it because I like the movement, you know what I mean? And if I like the sound as well. But I watch Emmerdale. For anybody that's abroad, I don't know whether you'll know this, but we have a soap called Emmerdale, and it's been a long-standing soap programme. And if that's on and I'm not doing anything, I'll watch it. But I won't purposely stop doing anything to watch a programme on telly. No, not at the moment. I'd rather watch somebody on YouTube, or find things out, or do some research, or find a new recipe, something like that, rather than television. And I don't watch the news hardly ever because it's all bad news and I don't want to know anything bad. No, I want to be oblivious and just have happy things. All positive energy, no negative. I don't like it. Yeah, so no, not really. But I have been known to read in the past, and once I pick a book up, I can't put it down. I read and read and read till I get to the end. Yeah, so I do like reading. It's just that at the moment I'm preferring to watch YouTube. So that's that. If I could bake for a celebrity, dead or alive, who would it be and why? So which two celebrities would I invite for dinner? Celebrities, dead or alive? Well, Sir Richard Attenborough, I think he's absolutely wonderful. Richard Attenborough. Such an interesting man. Led such an interesting life. I reckon the stories he could tell would be brilliant. I love people who can tell you stories about things. Yeah, Richard Attenborough. And who else? Let me think. There's a lot. Maybe Prince Charles. Oh, the King, I mean. Maybe the King. If he could tell me answer any question, truthfully, the King. I don't think he's had an easy life. I really don't. So yeah, the King. So they will be my two. But I wouldn't be able to make them spag bol, would I? I'd have to expect something a bit better than that. But yeah, Richard Attenborough and the King. Have I found that I dress differently since I retired? Do I wear more comfy clothes? Absolutely. 100%. And anybody that's not new to my channel and have been watching me for a while will know that at the beginning of the year, I said, new year, new me, new wardrobe. And I am still collecting for that wardrobe. I have enough clothes, but that's my passion and YouTube. So if I want to buy something, I buy something. I don't need anything, but I buy because I like to buy. And what I do is, and I've stuck to it, I said one in, one out. And I stick to that rule, but I can promise anybody watching this channel that more of my clothes go out than come in, because I'm being, even though it would seem I buy a lot, I don't keep them all. Some go back. So don't think that everything I show you on a haul is in my wardrobe, because it's not. I'm selective about what I keep. It's got to mix and match. It's got to be part of the capsule wardrobe. Not entirely, because I am allowing myself 20% of my wardrobe to be whatever I want it to be. It can be a colour that doesn't match anything. But only 20% of it, and 80% of it has got to be something that will match and mix with what I already have or what I am collecting. And I'm tending to go for neutral colours like this beige. At the moment, I'm really into navy blue. I always get white, and I'm rusties and browns I'm quite liking. But you'll know in summer I'll start to bring colour in, and I've just bought, you will have seen it on my last video, a very bright green t-shirt, and I wanted a pink, but they didn't have my size in pink when I went yesterday. But yesterday I went to a different Tesco for the first time in Yonks. My daughter picked me up and she said, do you fancy going to that big Tesco in the next town? I said, oh yeah. But you know, it's a bit strange. The more clothes there are, the harder it is to choose. But anyway, that's beside the point. So yeah, I am allowing some colour in, but it can only be a very small amount of my whole wardrobe, because 80% of it has to mix and match. And I'm sticking to that 100%, I can promise you. And yes, it's got to be comfortable. If it's not comfortable, I'm not wearing it, because I won't wear it anyway if it's not comfortable. So I'd be buying it because I like the look of it, but it probably would never come out of my wardrobe again, because I do have to be comfortable now. Shoes, oh my goodness me, if they're not comfy, I'm not wearing them. When I was younger, I would shove my foot in a shoe if I thought I liked it. Heels like this. And I'd walk round all night on a night out, on a pub crawl or wherever we were going. Dance all night in a disco. No, not anymore. If it's during the day, I tend to wear trainers. I can walk, but they've got to be comfortable trainers, not any. And I've scouted and I've scouted and I've tried and I've tried and I've sent back, and I've ended up Next is one of my favourite trainers, but they don't do the one that's my favourite anymore. I can't buy it. And Superga canvas trainers, I love those, and I love them so much I'm considering getting the exact same pair again in case they stop making them, so that when these wear out I have another pair. So yeah, trainers during the day, trainers when I go out if I can get away with it, because luckily for us now the fashion is that depending on where you're going you can wear trainers and you look fine. So I'm hoping that fashion doesn't leave us. And in winter I do pay a lot of money for my boots. I just have one black pair, knee length boots, and one tan coloured pair that I wear all the time, the flats. And yeah, I pay a lot of money for those, because you do wear your boots, don't you, a lot in winter. I mean, you will have seen me recently where I bought like a taupey colour that have a heel, but they're just for going out. And I wouldn't be able to walk far in them, but they'll be fine for walking to our local pub, being sat down all night and walking home, because it's only a couple of 100 metres away from where I live. So I can walk there fine in them. But I won't be able to walk around a town or anything like that, no. So yes, comfort is the key. 100% my first priority. Well, after style, of course. So yeah, what are we at? We're at 29 minutes. Oof. Was I popular at school or was I shy? Right. I did go to quite a few schools because I moved around a bit, so we had to move schools. And I wasn't keen on school. I couldn't wait to leave school. I did get bullied in some schools, and it took me a while to find my feet. And I learnt to pick out the popular girls and try to be friends with them so that I didn't get bullied. After being bullied, That's how I got through school. And I was quite I was quite good at school, but a bit mischievous, and I would do things. Everybody else would do the same thing, but as soon as I did it, I got caught. It's one of those, one of those. But I didn't really like school. I was glad to leave school, and I did leave. I left when I left in the July, was it? Summer holidays, as I was 15 in June. So I was just 15 when I left school, and I went straight to work because I already had a job in this hairdresser's, and I used to work on Saturdays and school holidays. So I just automatically went there full time. She wanted me to go and work there, so I did. So yeah, I finished school, I think, on a Friday. Went to work on Saturday as my Saturday job, and I started there on the Tuesday because we had Sunday, Monday off. Went straight to work. Didn't have they have like holidays now and gap years and all this carry on. No. I had to go to work. So yeah, that was me, yeah. So I think I'll leave it at this now because it's 31 minutes. I hope I haven't waffled on too much, and I hope you've enjoyed it. That's to let me know. And if you want a part 2, because I haven't said who asked me the questions, because a lot of the questions, 3, 4 or 5 people asked the same question, so I would have had to give all those different names. So I hope you don't mind the people that did ask me. Yeah, so it's soon past. I don't know whether it's been boring for you, but it's gone so quick. I can't believe it's 31 minutes, nearly 32 minutes. So yeah, I'll wrap it up because I don't want you to get fed up with me. And if you want to see a part 2, just let me know. If you have any questions, let me know. A couple of the questions were, my nails are always nice, do I do them myself? Well, the answer to that is no, because my natural nails, I did have gel nails on for quite a few years. They might have been acrylic, can't remember. And then I decided that I was going to take them off and let my own nails grow naturally. Anyway, when she took them off, my own nails underneath were so soft. That's the reason I had them put on in the first place, because you could bend my nails like that. They were like tissue paper. And not only that, whether it was due to ill health or not, or medication, I started to get ridges, and the ridges went up my nail like that, and they would crack at the top and keep catching on things, and I could never get them quite right. I used to put olive oil on, everything you can think of. So I just had them done yesterday, and I decided to go for ombre this time. So that's what they look like. But no, they aren't my own, because my own are shocking. So I go to a nail technician, and she does them approximately every 3 weeks. So that's that. So that's that question answered. I'll just give you a little health update. I think I already told you that they said that my right leg, my leg's not hurting now because of the arteries being blocked. It's hurting, they think, coming from my back. And I've got my appointment for the MRI scan in Preston on the 14th of May. So hopefully they might find out what's going on and what's happening, and be able to sort me out. So the sooner I get that, the better. And also I'm going to have my heart monitor fitted next Wednesday, and I have to keep it on and take it back the day after. So let's see what comes from that. But I haven't got an appointment yet for the scan on my heart. So that's my health updates up to now. Dropping to bits, kinda. Honestly. Went to the opticians yesterday. Oh no, I'll tell you that on another one. I could go on forever. So thank you so much for watching and spending some of your precious time with me. It's bank holiday weekend, isn't it? So I hope you're all doing something nice. I'm going out with Joanne tomorrow. We haven't decided where we're going yet, but we're going to go and have lunch out, maybe have tea out as well, we'll see. And yeah, that's what I'm doing tomorrow. Harvey's doing something else with my son. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. So I hope you have a lovely time. I hope it stops raining, because it's raining now, wherever you are. And all my friends abroad, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching my channel. So, look after yourself, and hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll see you on the next one. So, bye for now. Bye-bye.